was on Facebook earlier today, which was definitely mistake number one. I don't want to talk about it, but I was doing my little casual 2-minute scroll that I normally do once a week. And I already know to not engage with most of the posts on Facebook because obviously I'm sure you are already aware of the type of crowd that's on there. But there was somebody who I'm like friends with like on Facebook, and I was scrolling and I was scrolling and I was scrolling. And he was saying something about like, Zoran just got elected and he wants all these things that sound good, like free housing and affordable healthcare. And it's like, okay, relax, buddy. Like those do things beyond sound good. But outside of that, he was like, oh, you can't really, that's not really a thing. It doesn't really work that way. Money isn't endless, and pray for New York. And I feel like that particularly got under my skin because after he said all that, he threw the example like of Venezuela as like an example of why like socialism hasn't worked in the past. And I feel like there's not a lot that can kind of like get under my skin, but framing socialism like as a bad thing like really gets under my skin because like most people don't know we're already in a socialist society, but it's backwards. Like we have socialism, but towards corporations, and all we're doing is asking for what we already give corporations back. So when you say things like, oh, money isn't endless, where do you think these corporate bailouts come from? Where do you think these tax breaks that corporations get come from? Where do you think these tax breaks that the ultra wealthy come from? They come from the working class. So it's like, this is like basic economics that people don't understand. So I'm all for you not agreeing with socialism, but don't use the argument like, oh, money isn't endless. It is when we're talking about corporations. Last thing that I wanted to say was, okay, if you're going to talk about, countries where socialism has failed, you have to also talk about countries where socialism has worked really well. And I would use the example of Sweden and Denmark, where the redistribution of wealth is a very prominent thing. And Sweden and Denmark are known to be some of the happiest countries in the world.